Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM22 Journeyman. We're on episode number 8. We moved forward a couple matches in the season, and there is one key piece of news over that stretch. Well, first off, in 2 matches, we got 1 point. So that's not a great return. However, we played an upper mid-table side and drew with them. And then we played the league leaders on the road with Lucas Gabriel out injured for what was supposed to be upwards of a month. And we only lost 1-0. So actually not bad at all. I think we're still in pretty dang good shape right now. And to make matters even better, surprisingly, a couple weeks ahead of time, Lucas Gabriel is ready to go and has passed his fitness test. Today, it's Dewa United. Dewa United was amongst the 3 of us that were promoted, so one of the other 2 teams that was promoted along with us from last season, and they are dead last in the league right now. 8 matches played. They've only scored 3 points total thus far, so they are really struggling. And to make matters worse, and an awfully early point in the season to do, they just fired their manager after their latest loss. They do not have anyone hired at this point, so some caretaker is in charge a la Manchester United, and we lead. It's Ronnie Sugang who gets the opener off the corner kick at the nearly half-hour mark on this one. Sinji with an excellent corner there, but Sugang just rising above 3 defenders to get to that one. And that's what a difference having a couple quality players with jumping reach and heading ability can do in a league like this. Sinji, free kick, dangerous position, can't beat the wall, but it comes right back to him. And that's it for that highlight. I want to make sure we secure 3 points today because we're not going to get too many opportunities to be at home against the last place team in the league. You can see they have mustered just 2 shots, both on target, but 0.04 on the XG, meaning neither of those attempts ever looked like doing anything. Lestaluhu still a real problem for us as he continues to struggle in that wingback role, but I just don't have any other options right now. Though I've been trying to train Gowino, I'd like to check in on that and see how he's doing in the near future. Gabriel, not fully fit for the day, so he did pass the fitness test, but he's coming just back from the injury, so his condition is slightly off. He's actually still showing that he has the knock, and I would love to sub him off if we get up by 2 goals, maybe 3, depends on how soon that second goal comes. But at 1-0, apt to leave him on. Sugang tries to make a move there, but doesn't create. Gabriel, Eunice, oh, so close. And that was not touched by the keeper. That was all us. That was off the central upper portion of the crossbar. It kind of came back and up. Walladane, good cross. Lucas Gabriel, there you go. And that's his second. Now, this is what I was talking about. It's still a little bit early. Maybe 65 minutes. As long as we're still comfortable. If they don't suddenly start rolling over us in the next 10 minutes. We'll take him off at that point, just as a precaution. He's more vulnerable to re-injuring. Still looking good so far, and coming up on that mark. Let's go ahead and make that substitution. O'Harella or Hedayat. Go with the young man. Let's get Hedayat on there. Eunice, tackle from behind. Seemed to have gotten a lot of man on that one, but obviously got the ball as well. And no foul. Nice chance there, and a good, great finish. That was not an easy angle. I thought for sure he was going to go far post, but instead he squeezes it past the keeper near post. Great run, though. Perfectly timed from Agung to keep pushing on. Yeah, angle wasn't quite as tight as I thought it might have been on first appearance. The slow-mo showed. Yeah, just onside there. Okay, well, it's 3-0, so obviously the change is something we want to proceed with. Lestaluhu struggling, so let's give Guino a chance. It'll help him grow accustomed to the position a bit more, because I think he's going to be the guy there sooner rather than later. Corner kick, chance for them to claw back into this. Oof. And they do get a chance out of that, but nothing going. All right, Sinji, a little bit on the tired side. Let's bring in Fari or Mofu. Let's go with Mofu. Better option. Fari is somebody we're going to be letting go. Offside, stoppage time. Hello, hello. That just proceeded very quickly. Final moments here. Bahrain keeping the ball well. Skang loses that one, but luckily we recover easily. Oh, it's in the back of the net. Whew. After the whistle. Joking, of course, but they did a little bit in those final few minutes. Their XG jumped from 0.02 to almost 0.5. But other than that, it was all us, and it was comfortable, and we are definitely not bottom of the league material. But we're not top of the league material either. But if we can have a comfortable mid-table season, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be very happy. Right now, I am very happy. And with nearly everybody through 9 rounds of the championship so far, you can see we're actually slightly upper mid. There's a little bit of a gap from 11th on down, where you have the strugglers versus those who are doing well and are competitive, and there's only 5 points separating us from the top. We're not competing really there, but we do have a +5 goal differential. That's nice. Rema still have a game in hand. That's the team that beat us 1-0. That's the team with the best goal differential. So assuming they grab even a draw, they'll be back on top of the league. But we're in a good place, and I'm happy. And there's clearly a handful of teams that are really, really struggling down at the bottom. And that's not us. So we're doubling them up on score. Now, that's not to say we're going to continue in that manner, but I think there's enough about us, tactically, personnel-wise, that will be okay. Again, pushing on a little bit. We've had a win and a loss. The loss was another top-tier team in the league on the road, and it was 1-0. The win, the other one, a win, was 2-0, and it was pretty comfortable. It was a home game. It was against one of the lower sides, and we get the opener in this one just into the 2nd minute. Lucas Gabriel set up there from Eunice. Now, what we're doing here is this is our League Cup, essentially, as Agung just makes a run right through the middle as the 2 forwards had the defense spread, and they were picking them up, and Agung just runs straight through the opening, and the defense didn't even react. It was much too late. Agung probably could have finished that himself. Well, anyway. Oh, another run right through. Here's Eunice, and he makes it too inside 5 minutes. Wow. I did not think we were this dominant over a League 2 side at this point, but that is what we're going up against right now, is a mid-table League 2 side. So I have made a couple changes to reflect that and reflect the fact that this is a midweek game sandwiched by 2 weekend league matches. One of those, the one we just lost 1-0, and then we have another one here ahead of us this weekend. So I wanted to try to rest some players, but I didn't want to overdo it. I was worried that maybe, you take your foot off the gas and you go a little too deep. Maybe you struggle. I've seen it so many times where you put a proper B team in and then you struggle. So I usually go for the 1.5, and this was a little more 1 than 1.5 because we don't have a lot of depth right now. But Gabriel, ooh, that cross. Ooh, Guino picks that up. Nice. He's one of the ones that are in today. Guino and Mofu both getting this start. Otherwise, it's usual suspects. And I will look to sub early, especially if we get a third before half. Probably even make some halftime changes to give a couple players their time. It's been all us in this one, though. XG already above a 1. Coming up on the halftime, though, things have quieted down. Mofu, nice find there to get Eunice. Still possessing well here. Agung, Eunice hangs on to that a little too long. He needed to get rid of it. He was absolutely under pressure. Nice through. Good goal. And they're back in it. From total domination to suddenly we have ourselves a match. I think he was just about onside on that too. Yeah, he was. Matutu. That's very much against the run of play. Like I said, things had settled down the last 20 minutes or so. That was only their second attempt of the entire game. And their XG certainly doesn't reflect the fact that they have a goal that's come out of nowhere. So we're going to have to put our foot back on the gas a little bit to see this thing out here in the second. Not as comfortable as I was hoping it would be. Ostaluhu, not as bad as they've normally been doing, so that's good. Everybody else is doing fairly well. Mofu, the other one who's struggling. Kind of an obvious reason for that. It looks like maybe no changes yet. Early second half. Aldane, cross. Eunice chases it down, but he's facing the wrong direction, so no attempt. And then we get one there. Thought for sure that was going to be cleared away, but the defender missed the header. And then we headed it straight into the chest of the keeper. Not going to make a much easier save than that, even with a powerful shot, if you hit it straight at him. Aldane, Eunice, pairing up well over there. Agung lays it off. Sagang. Nice. Oh, Aldane, I thought had a chance to run there. Sagang does, though, instead. Gets it in. Lucas Gabriel. That should have been a goal, but the keeper makes a very nice stop to get their body down and get their arm out, their forearm, to block that one. And lucky that it didn't just roll off and go in the goal anyway. Hour gone by. And we still have not reasserted our dominance outside of Gabriel's close moment there. Very early in the half. Lustaluhu, that was nice. He's playing a little better there. Mofu, nice track back. There's Agung on the through ball, and he needed to finish that. That's now 2 wasted chances. Okay, Mofu, not good to go for the rest of the way. So let's bring in Fari. We'll not bring Sinji on at this point, unless it's to sub either Agung or Sagang to save their legs a little bit for the match to come. But give Fari a chance to stretch his legs. We do still lead. 80 minutes. Nice ball to Eunice. Eunice tracks back. Poor pass back on that, though. Wapi, Misirid, and Guino possessing well in the back. Guino, nice ball over the top. Lustaluhu with the overlap. I get the idea. I get the concept of trying to flash that one back to your forward, but that ball was not well placed. That was a nice little give and go setup there. Cross was blocked, though. Out for the corner. 10 minutes to go in this one. Can we see it out? Aldane just saw that ball out of bounds after kicking it there, so that was dumb. Better pass over the top. Lucas Gabriel to seal it. Missed again. We've had 3 pretty clear chances here in the second half to seal this game and have not been able to do so. This one a little more difficult, but Gabriel finds some space and earns the corner. Hurry taking the free kick. 90th minute. Guino. Not able to get much power on that one. That through ball, Gabriel's going to get on the end of it. And a nice sliding tackle, but again, corner. We get on the end of that one. Keeper, nice stop, corner. It's running timeout, though. 30 seconds. I'd like to get that one more goal. I mean, we deserve it. We've had so many opportunities here in the second half. 4 or 5 should be goals. XG-wise, that's got to add up to at least one. So Gang misses another free header. we do end up taking the victory. The XG was a bit higher than what the goal total ended up being. 17 shots, 9 on target. We certainly should have had a third at some point or another, but we don't manage to do it. We got 2 goals very early in this one, 5 minutes in, and it ends up being just about enough. Into the second round. Even Lestaluhu managed to get a 7.0 rating today. We enter August. We just won another league game at the end of the weekend. It's only a day or two after that, so less than a week from the League Cup match that we just played. And here's where things stand right now. First off, finances are terrible, and they're getting so much worse. It just keeps spiraling further and further in debt. So 1.1 approaching 1.2 million in debt. The income you can see month by month is barely 100,000, and 36,000 of that is just straight fundraising. So it's not like there's extra stuff coming somewhere somehow. Our total merchandise income is only 4,000, so it's not like we're hugely popular or anything like that. That's not going to bail us out. And we're doing well in the league, and we're still barely getting a crowd or anything. So there's not much of a reputation here with this club right now. And the expenditure, it's kind of high. I mean, player salaries was 101,000 last month, and I've offloaded so many players, and there's only so much more I can do with that until we're going to be in real trouble competitively. And so for the time being, we continue to lose about 100,000 every month. And that's a lot. That is a massive difference to cover, because even if we lowered the team wages by 100,000, that's annual. That's 100,000 annually. So that's only cutting out not even 10,000 a month. So that barely makes a dent. That would bring us down into the 90 something range loss per month. So the team salary obviously is what's really hurting us, but at the same time, it's not something that's going to fix this, because again, even if I pushed us down to a 1 million, if I suddenly was able to erase 200,000 in payroll, again, we're looking at 18,000 a month decrease in terms of those losses. We need some sort of income. We need some huge sponsor to step in, or the team to be sold. For me, as much as I'm really enjoying my time with this club, and I'm so happy that we got automatic promotion in our very first season and second in the league, and that we're having a fantastic year now where we were picked to be relegated, and we are well clear of the relegation zone. Just to make how clear we are, you can see right now we're in 5th place through 12 matches, and everybody's played 12. So that's a very nice, clear picture of where we're at. Yes, we're 8 points off the league. We're only 5 points out of European places, and those losses that we've had recently, they were against the 1st and 3rd place side, and they're against the teams we should be losing against, and we're actually pretty much beating just about everybody else. 6 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses on the season, plus 9 goal differential. Things are going really well. Yes, that can turn, right? Form changes. Form absolutely changes. In terms of one thing to keep an eye out for, because those finances are a good reason to step away before we get in some serious trouble. So thinking about next season and being somewhere besides where we're at, we could see that the Shopee Liga 1, the Indonesian club competition reputation, has us 27th. So this is just within Asia. So China's top class, that would be somewhere to head. I mean, that's a place that's definitely going to get noticed. But I don't think we're at that stage, right? We've got to work our way up, but we're just getting into the 1.5 star range, barely. So from here, Division 3 Japan, that could be a good ticket. That could be a fun little journey trying to bring a team up a division or two there, climb your way through the Japan leagues. Okay, K-League 2 for Korea just gets us into the 2-star range, and same with Division 2 in Japan. The Toyota Thai League, the top league in Thailand. And I know you've got some quality players coming out of Thailand. I coached high school ball overseas in Saipan, and I had a Thailander who had moved there and was just miles ahead of the Islanders in terms of level of play at that point. Ended up playing senior ball, as in the men's league, A-Division men's league, for one of the top teams, and was one of the top goal scorers in the league at 15. And I remember because I was his coach for the high school team, and I played against him and made a sliding tackle just as he went to shoot what would have been a sure goal against us in a game that we beat them to win the league title that year, which was that was a moment to remember. But it was funny because it was my teenage player on my team who would have, and we won that game by one, and I scored a goal in that game, and I'm not much of a scorer because defender. But anyway, that was a heck of a day. Point being, there's plenty of direction, places to go, upward mobility still within Asia before we then push beyond these shores. So Japan, Korea, I think are kind of top destinations. Even their lower divisions are still a climb up from what we have here, and what would give us that mobility and trying to bring a team up, which would build our reputation. Of course, the biggest thing, though, wherever we go, the biggest thing is we need to get within our contract, we need to get locked down the coaching budget. It's only mid-season here, though. We've got plenty of time left, and now that it's August 1st, we are entering basically our January equivalent transfer window, the 1-month window mid-season. Here's how the team looks at the moment. Shinji, just yellow card suspension, so he'll be fine. He'll just miss one. We had some other guys who've all kind of recently had their first of the season, and that's really not bad. I mean, we've played a dozen matches, so to be getting your 5th yellow at this point isn't that bad of a rate of yellow card accumulation. Gabriel's been playing really well, but when I don't manage, when I quick sim through one, he either hasn't been selected or hasn't played well. So he plays well when I've got him, not so much when the assistant manager has him under control. But while that's noteworthy, it's not a big deal as long as the team's still getting results, right? Guina continues to make progress. He's now sufficiently equipped to be a center back, so that's already something he's picked up on. Now I'm trying to get him on that left wing back role because Lestaluhu has really struggled there, and other than Cristanto, those are our 2 weak men in the first 11, and that's where we really need some progress, defense. But I can't afford to bring anybody in right now as we're in this transfer window unless I can offload a handful of players and then get somebody in for cheap. Ultimately, I need to cut back on payroll, obviously. And the only way to do that is to offload more than I bring in. So honestly, at most, I'm looking to bring in one defensive, either wing back or center back player, and no more. And then hoping to get rid of 4 or 5 and thin things out a little bit further. I have a reserve squad that I can call on that are essentially just as good as all of these guys. So all of these, especially 30-somethings, they're all transfer listed. I'd love to see somebody come in, even if it's for free, and get these guys off our payroll. But that's what I'm going to be up to over the next month, is trying to wheel and deal players out the door, and then maybe find that one to come in and strengthen us in our one area of weakness. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.